Good evening, doctor. Thank you so much for joining me here today on Psych-o-jelly. It's a pleasure to have you here with me.
Very, very good evening to you, and the pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today, I wish to discuss the topic of overthinking and stress. Overthinking nowadays
Sure.
has become so common, even in teenagers and even nowadays small kids, I'd say, who are aged 8 to 11. I believe they also overthink a lot, be it for their studies or maybe peer pressure, friends. So I think overthinking is so very
Sure.
common. Before I begin with my questions, could we please know a little bit about you?
Sure. My name is Dr. Sandeep Chopra. I'm an interventional cardiologist and director of cardiology at Fortis Hospital, Ludhiana. I've been trained from CMC Ludhiana, from Delhi hospitals and in Australia. And I'm also an Australian board certified cardiologist, and I'm free to practice in Australia as well. But I've chosen to come back to my country to serve my countrymen and be with my family.
Thank you so much, doctor. That was great to know. My first question to you is, what exactly is the difference between overthinking and normal worrying?
All right. So overthinking, normal worry. Worry is something that all of us face in life. Remember that a little bit of anxiety is a normal phenomenon. It helps us go through life. If we don't have that just wee bit of anxiety, we will not be able to do any work in life. That's a normal process. If you have to go to school, you have to give an exam. If you're not stressed about anything at all, you will take it very lightly and not be able to perform your normal activities also. But if this stress goes beyond a certain limit and starts affecting your day-to-day life, that's where this anxiety comes in. So what's overthinking and what's anxiety? Overthinking, going beyond a certain level, causes anxiety. And like you rightly said, I reckon the main thing now is too much of peer pressure, especially at your age.
Thank you so much, doctor. And how does overthinking contribute to increased stress levels?
Sure, because you know what, our brain has a particular number of cells, and it has a lot to do, from talking to you right now to looking at you right now to thinking where I have to go next hour, to my day-to-day activities, to eating. Everything is done by a single brain. And if my mind is focused onto one particular thought process, which is not productive, that happens to be detrimental to my health, because it will compromise all my other modalities of thinking and doing my day-to-day work.
Okay. And like, how do these increase stress levels or overthinking? How does it like contribute negatively to like your heart health and overall your health?
Sure, absolutely. A very, very good question. A lot of you hear a lot of news about young heart attacks nowadays. You know, heart attacks happening in the gym at the age of 30, even 20s. The youngest heart attack that I have treated is at the age of 17. And obviously as old as 99 and 100 as well. But yes, aging is something we cannot stop. You know, above the age of 55, 60, everybody gets a tendency to develop heart disease. But a younger person having more stress, it puts a lot of pressure on your heart. Your heartbeat increases, causes lack of sleep, gets you into bad habits like smoking and excessive alcohol consumption. And obviously that leads to higher heart attacks and increased predisposition to other diseases like hypertension, that's high blood pressure, and diabetes.
That was very useful to know. I believe that's really great information that needs to be known by everyone. So, overthinking so common, so many people overthink, I'd say, all the day. How do we break the cycle of overthinking?
Sure. So, you know, uh, this is a very tricky question to answer. It's not a very simple thing that overthinking can go away. And we have to face this problem head on. You cannot, suppose you have 5 friends and you feel that one is overthinking too much about smaller issues of life. You cannot go and tell the person, if I can use a Hindi line, that itna kyun sochte ho. It's not as simple as that. It's something that our brain cells are tuned to do. anxiety sometimes is genetic as well. Suppose our parents have anxiety, it comes down to us as well, and so on and so forth. Something that we have to do is there's a lot of guidance available now with psychological counselors, and that's very, very helpful. We should take professional help if anxiety is taking a toll on your day-to-day activity. Simple tips like getting rid of your mobile phones after 9 p.m., not having any tea or coffee consumption after 7 p.m., 30 minutes of walk every day, abstaining from smoking. I don't mean you guys, but elder to you, and but I'm sure these bad habits are in schools as well. Abstaining from smoking and alcohol. These are very simple tricks which can help you, lead a much simpler life. One thing that I like to say is I've written, I've risen from a very, a basic background. I've worked very hard with the last 25 years to reach where I am today. Success does not come in a day. Even at my stage, I don't get into peer pressure at all. I don't see how the other person is doing. I just see I want to make myself better than what I was yesterday. It's a very big statement. It's a very simple statement. I see a lot of people making it, but implementing it is very, very difficult. And that's probably the key to anyone's happiness.
Yes, correct. Thank you so much, Doctor, for providing us with such insightful information. I think this was a topic that needed to be talked about, and I hope
Sure.
that people can gain information from this session with you and implement these
Sure.
things in their life slowly over time. Thank you so very much for joining me today on this platform.
Sure thing. And I appreciate your effort, your genuine effort as young, bright minds of our country, our future citizens. It's amazing to see you taking this initiative. All the best to you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Take care.